gonna offer a choice. Do you want an empty life or a meaningful death?
There's this idea floating around that almost feels too perfect for Marvel to ignore. Harley Keener, the kid genius from Iron Man 3, could step into an iron suit and actually go toe-to-toe with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Consider this your spoiler warning. We're about to dive into some MCU future plans that could give away details from upcoming movies. Now, before we talk more, the warning's out of the way, so as we were saying, and after that massive showdown, he might even get his own solo project in the MCU, which some fans are already calling Iron Man 4. What makes it even more interesting is that audiences seem ready to accept Harley as his successor, especially compared to the mixed reaction when Marvel tried to introduce Ironheart. Even though RDJ promoted the Ironheart series, a bunch of fans weren't thrilled, and it led to some backlash. But here we are again, with another opportunity to explore Tony Stark's legacy in a way that feels more connected to the original Iron Man trilogy. Kevin Feige has been pretty transparent about Marvel's long-term vision. He admitted that characters like Iron Man and Captain America will eventually be recast, but he's also been clear that it won't happen right away. Marvel's strategy is all about timing, and the perfect window might be right after Avengers Secret Wars in 2027. That film is shaping up to be the end of one massive chapter in the MCU and the beginning of another. And since Avengers Doomsday is confirmed to follow, there's this curious gap in the release calendar. Marvel hasn't explained what goes there yet, but it feels like the kind of space where a legacy project like Iron Man 4 could slot in perfectly. Now, if you look at the clues, the timing makes sense. Harley Keener, played by Ty Simpkins, was introduced in Iron Man 3 back in 2013. He played a huge role in Tony's journey during that film, helping Stark rebuild his suit, then reminding him of the value of connection. Then, after disappearing for years, Harley showed up at Tony's funeral in Endgame. That small cameo didn't come with any explanation, which has always made fans wonder why Marvel included him at all. It's almost like the studio deliberately left the door open. Fast forward to now, and Ty Simpkins is 23 years old, the perfect age to evolve from kid sidekick to full-blown superhero. The timing is even more intriguing because Robert Downey Jr. is set to return to the MCU, but not as Iron Man. Instead, he's reportedly playing Dr. Doom. That twist alone is a brilliant move because it flips expectations completely. RDJ has been the face of the MCU for over a decade, and fans still associate him with Tony Stark. To suddenly see him as Victor Von Doom is bound to shock audiences. But here's where it gets really poetic. If Harley becomes the next armored hero, he'll be forced to battle against a man who looks exactly like his mentor but acts like his worst enemy. That kind of emotional tension is storytelling gold. And it's not just about nostalgia. Harley makes sense as the new Iron Man figure because he's smart, resourceful, and already connected to Tony's legacy. In Iron Man 3, he wasn't just some random kid, he was pivotal in Stark's recovery arc. Tony even left him with advanced tech, hinting at future potential. If Marvel picks up that thread, Harley's journey could become a natural extension of Tony's story rather than a forced replacement. That's something fans crave because it respects the groundwork already laid. There's even talk that Jon Favreau could return to direct Iron Man 4, which would be a full-circle moment. Favreau launched the MCU with Iron Man in 2008, so having him back to usher in the next phase of Stark's legacy feels almost too fitting. Imagine Favreau working with Simpkins to craft a story about Harley stepping into Tony's shadow, while RDJ plays the villain he must face. It's the kind of symmetry Marvel loves. But let's break down why Iron Man 4 would fit so well between Secret Wars and Doomsday. After Secret Wars, the multiverse is expected to explode and reset. That kind of event will be chaotic, so Marvel will need a breather before plunging fans into another Avengers-level threat. An Iron Man 4 focused on Harley would serve as the perfect buffer. It wouldn't just be a side story, it would be a crucial bridge, introducing younger heroes while also tying up loose threads from earlier phases. For instance, Harley's character was never fully explained. He wasn't just a one-off sidekick in Iron Man 3, his connection to Stark was too significant to be ignored. Endgame doubled down on that by including him at Tony's funeral. So Marvel clearly left breadcrumbs, and Iron Man 4 is the chance to finally pay them off. If Harley does step up, it opens up a bunch of narrative possibilities. We could see him struggle at first, trying to build his own suit, facing setbacks, questioning whether he's really worthy of carrying on Stark's mantle. That kind of vulnerability would make him relatable, especially since he's not a billionaire genius, but a kid from Tennessee who learned from the best. And then, imagine the gut punch when he realizes that the man who inspired him is now wearing the mask of doom. That conflict alone could drive the entire movie. Marvel could also use this to pivot Harley into the role of Iron Lad, a character with comic book roots. Traditionally, Iron Lad is tied to Kang the Conqueror, but with Kang Dynasty being scrapped and Doomsday taking its place, Marvel might reinvent the character. Instead of being a Kang variant, Harley could simply become Iron Lad in name, a young armored hero who joins forces with other next-gen characters. This would be the perfect way to connect him to the Young Avengers, a team Marvel has been teasing for years. Think about the lineup we already have: Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Cassie Lang, and Riri Williams as Ironheart. Add Harley to that roster, and suddenly you've got a complete squad with tech, magic, archery, and cosmic powers. Harley's presence wouldn't just add another gadget user, it would add emotional weight, since his entire reason for fighting would be tied to Tony Stark's legacy. And if Marvel really wants to lean into comic parallels, they could have Harley discover something Stark left behind, maybe an unfinished AI, a hidden blueprint, or even a message meant for him. That discovery could be the spark that pushes him to assemble the Young Avengers, echoing how Tony kick-started the original Avengers team. It would be a brilliant way to tie past and future together. What's exciting about Iron Man 4 is that it doesn't have to be just one person filling Tony's shoes. It could be about passing the torch to multiple people, with Harley leading the way. War Machine is still active and Ironheart exists, but Harley's version of Iron Man could bring something different, something more grounded and idealistic. He wouldn't be a copy of Tony, but a fresh take inspired by him. And the fight against Doom? That would be incredibly symbolic. Tony once saved Harley from obscurity, giving him the tools to dream bigger. Now, Harley would stand against someone who looks like Tony but embodies everything twisted and wrong. That clash wouldn't just be about armor and tech, it would be about identity, legacy, and what it means to be a hero in the shadow of a giant. Marvel loves symmetry, and this storyline offers it in spades. Tony began the MCU by building a suit in a cave with limited resources. Harley could echo that journey, building his own suit in his garage, learning from failure and proving that the heart inside the armor matters more than the armor itself. That kind of story would resonate deeply with fans because it mirrors the spirit of Iron Man while pushing the universe forward. So when you piece everything together, the gap in Marvel's release schedule, the setup with Harley's past appearances, RDJ's shocking return as Doom, and the potential tie-in with Young Avengers, it all adds up to Iron Man 4 being the logical move. Fans have been waiting for closure on Harley Keener for a decade, and Ty Simpkins is now the right age to take on the role. More importantly, the emotional impact of facing off against a villain who looks like his mentor would give the story the kind of depth Marvel hasn't tapped into in years. If Marvel goes down this road, Iron Man 4 could be more than just another sequel. It could be the movie that bridges Tony Stark's legacy with the MCU's future, launching Harley Keener into the spotlight while setting up the next generation of heroes. It would honor the past, challenge the present, and prepare the stage for everything that comes next. And honestly, that's exactly what the MCU needs right now. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.